If I were to tell you this is the book you have to read, I'm gonna just give you for about one day. You would read this book as good as possible. But if I were to tell you that this is the book that I'm giving you, no matter how many pages do you read, how many topics do you note, you would not, in some ways, get the full benefit of it, or you would just read one page of it because you have it every time, because it's easy for you. It's the ease that you have. My name is Darkimus, and today I'm going to be talking about what is the connection of ease and laziness. One of my favorite quotes was, "One of the good things about the war is that people pray for peace." And that was such a beautiful quote. And it has a very strong meaning behind it. So many things that we have in our life are actually because of the problems that we had in the past. We have the money, we have the opportunity, we have everything. The things that we do in our life are the results of things that we didn't have. If you don't have the warnings that come to your happiness, you'll not appreciate your happiness. And that applies to almost everything in life, especially to someone who had a very bad time in his childhood. Now he has become a very, very intelligent person. And how does that apply to learning? Let's say someone who was living at the time of Romans, let's say, and he had memorized 2 books. He would be appreciated for his work. But now, if someone just achieves a very small goal, he may get so many appreciations that you may not even imagine from it. And the reason is that we have become very, very lazy. One thing that I've understood in the language is that the word easy and the word lazy, they have the same weight. They have the same weight. When something becomes very easy for you, you become lazy. And so many technologies that we have today made us very lazy, but we don't know. The technology and everything that we have, and instead of making it easier for us, as I've said in the first video, talking about AI tools, it makes everyone lazy, which is an opposite result. In the past, so many people, when they wanted to learn something, they had to buy the book. And even they would not find books. Let's say even other times that they had to just go to one scholar of a city and they had to just talk with that guy and take the information from him because there were not even books available. They had to just go to one scholar in the city so they could ask their own questions that they wanted to just take information about. And by that, they had so many intelligent people. Just by asking these questions from one scholar of one city, they would just go to these scholars. But nowadays, if we were to see how many opportunities do we have for learning? How many opportunities do we have? We have everything in terms of knowledge. And the reason is that some people could make excuses that no, I don't live in a country where I get all these benefits. But let me tell you something. Everyone has access to internet. The access that I have to internet, you have the same access with a little bit of difference because of the countries that we live in, because of some contents that are locked in some countries. You get the same information. No matter where you are, you have internet, and if you have internet, you don't have excuses. So if I want to take information, if I want to learn something, a particular skill, I can just learn it from YouTube. I can go and find a course that is $25 per month. And I can get the information that I would take from a course that I go physically. Difficult system that we had in the past that made more intelligent students than today's world. That made more intelligent students than today's world. You may find out, you may just see how many people who've learned, let's say, more than 20 languages, the polyglots of those times. They've used so many difficult ways to learn a particular language. They didn't have even books to use. They didn't have this many, let's say, contents and YouTube and applications to learn languages. But they had got it. They achieved something in their life. They didn't wait for something. They didn't wait to have telephones. They didn't wait to have iPads, computers, and all these things that we got now. They didn't have it. But they achieved more than what we do today. They had more predictions in medicine. They had more predictions about the sky, about, let's say, astronomy, than today's world. And I think one of the reasons that people have become very, very lazy, they've become lazy because of easy ways to connect themselves with these informations or to take benefit from these informations. There is nothing that you can't learn on the internet. Especially when it comes to languages, you can learn a language without spending anything. Just you have to spend to buy a phone and also to make an effort and go to a website. You can learn through news articles, you can learn through videos, you can learn anything for many ways. But still, people, they think, okay, they're waiting for another system that is even easier for them to learn things. So I remember we had a debate in a class with some students, and the debate was about education. So some students, they went to the side that academic education is good, and the other side, they were saying that academic education is not good to pursue your life with. So there is one guy who stands and says, well, we don't have to learn, we don't have to educate ourselves in the academic ways, we have to just wait till the time that these machines or these chips that you can put in your neck, okay, you can just use some operations and put this chip here in your neck or any other place you want to put it, and you have to just you can learn, you can just speak in different languages, you can do this, you can do that. And he says that because he, even at this time that we have all of these informations, all these devices we can use, the books that we have access to, even the books that we have access from websites that are free. Websites, they offer books for free. We have access to these things. But this guy comes and tells us that no, we have to just wait. We don't have to pursue the academic education or any type of education. We have to wait till the time that we have all those chips. And I had the same type of story from someone else. There was someone who wanted to learn a particular language. Okay, so Mustafa, there is something that I've found on the internet, and you can see that this particular device, this specific device that you see, if you were to have it in your ears, or maybe if you had it in your mouth or something, you can translate almost 60 languages. I don't remember the number, but he said that you can translate these languages, especially he was learning a big language. It was not like a small language that would not qualify for that 60. And I said, look, and instead of him finding a motivation for himself, he tries to wait for another system to come, for another device that he can use. Even with everything that we have, he still wants to wait for that device so that it becomes available and also everyone has access to it, and it enters the culture of everyone. So instead of learning languages, they would just use those devices. And you should wait also for the quality of the product, so it doesn't have any problems. You have to just wait, and instead of using all these informations that you have, you still wait for another system to come. You're that lazy. That is incredible. That is incredible when you see that even with everything that we have, people are just procrastinating.